Hi, my name is Sarita.
And my name is Rena.
We are both past patients with Mexico Bariatric Center, and we are here to break the stigma of having weight loss surgery in Tijuana, Mexico. We will be covering all things bariatric to help you get the most out of this weight loss journey.
Hi, friends.
Hello, everyone.
Hey. Welcome to Can You Stomach This?
Can you stomach this?
Well, speaking of stomach this,
Yes.
let's talk about the stomach
Yes.
and the pouch and
Yes.
what you can stomach. Or more so, how much you
Can stomach.
Yeah. Thanks for catching my sentence there. I totally choked up. Let's talk about what you can stomach or how much you can stomach.
Exactly.
Listen, we're going to talk about the pouch reset.
Yes.
Right?
We are.
And when to do a pouch reset. But to get there, you got to do the pouch test.
Right.
Yep. So, Sarita, what is a pouch test? Let's just get into that. Like, what is it?
So, a pouch test is a test to see how big your pouch is. And
Okay.
that's all I got.
Okay, so I think Sarita's nervous because have you ever done the pouch test before?
I have never done the pouch test, and we're doing one live tonight. You've done it.
I have.
I have never done it, and so I'm kind of nervous about it, even though
Almost 7 years,
Yeah.
no testing
pouch
of the
test.
pouch.
Yeah. So I'm kind of anxious.
And on camera.
Yeah.
And on camera.
Yeah.
There's no taking it back.
Yeah. So we're testing to see how big our pouch is.
We're going to do it. We're going to do it for you.
Mm-hmm.
And let's talk, before we get that part of it, let's talk about, because camera's really weird to me. Is it weird to you?
No.
It is to me. I want to do a cooking show. We should do a cooking show, but
I'd like to do a cooking show.
you can be the camera tester, because I don't know, maybe I'll get more comfortable with that. But let's talk about when and why you should do a pouch test.
Right.
What would you do that for?
So maybe your portions have gotten larger.
It happens.
Maybe you don't feel restriction when you're consuming more than 9 ounces per meal. Hopefully you're weighing your food. So
you definitely should be weighing your food
Yes.
from like day one.
Well, phase 3, but
Or even in pre-op, because we say eat 6
pre-op,
to 7 ounces.
That's true. Day 1.
Know?
Okay.
So
that's
important.
Yeah, it is important.
Mm-hmm.
You may have had weight gain or a very long-term stall. So I get asked this question every day on Facebook and text messages, and I always offer, the link to test your pouch, and then I send the reset. So we're going to dive into that.
Yeah. So sometimes people say, how did I stretch my pouch?
Right.
Like, how did that happen?
A lot of times they'll think, oh, I ate too much at one meal. Did I stretch it? And like,
or I ate something unhealthy.
Right.
Like one unhealthy thing.
It's like, no, that is not going to happen.
No.
You can stretch your pouch by small excess amounts over and over and over.
Right. Meaning
Like
every time you eat,
every day.
you eat too much. You're eating until you feel full, not until this weight scale, like not your scale you weigh your body, but your food scale says you've had enough, which is important because food is fuel, not pleasure. We're not supposed to eat until we feel super full. We're supposed to eat what our body says we need.
Right. And another thing, about your pouch, drinking and eating at the same time can definitely stretch your pouch.
Yeah, so how do you avoid that, Sarita? What's it called?
Follow the 30-minute rule.
The 30-minute rule. Yeah. And that's hard because, when we're children and we're learning to eat real food, we're handed a sippy cup when we're handed a plate.
Right.
And so it's very hard. That is like probably the hardest habit to break.
Yeah.
Especially if you're pre-op, you're thinking, I'll never figure this out.
Right.
Post-op is a little easier, but just try not to get back to that because can you do it?
Yeah.
Sure. But you're also stuffing a lot in there when you do.
Yes.
So if you're putting, let's say you're supposed to be eating 6 to 8 ounces of food, but you are also consuming 12 ounces of liquid, well, then where's the food going to go? Right. So that's a lot going into your tiny little pouch.
Pushing it all down.
It is.
It's too much.
And over time, that can stretch you out. Now, some stretching is normal.
Yes.
You will never, ever, ever have the restriction that you had with the virgin surgery, meaning in that first couple months. You'll never, ever have that. If you do have that for years and years and years, you are a rare exception. It's just that's not normal. You should definitely have some what feels like stretching to you. It should go out a little more. Start off real tight. Stomach some muscles, get those stretch out. And so by the end of the first year, you should be...
Yes, at the end of the first year, you should average between 2.5 and 9 ounces.
2.5 ounces in a meal sounds like not enough food, but it's the consistency because meat is thick. Meat.
I can weigh
Meat's
out
heavy.
3 ounces of chicken, and that'll make me full.
Yeah. And beef to me is even thicker than chicken.
Right.
Yep. So that's where you should be, 2.5 to 9, and that's going to depend on the consistency. Just because you can eat 3 ounces of chicken only doesn't mean that you can't eat 9 ounces of vegetables, because you could. They're not as thick.
Right.
But by the end of that second year, you should be kind of looking at like 5 to 9 ounces on average. You don't really want to go over 9 of pretty much anything, even thinner things.
Right.
And that, listen, when you get used to weighing out your food, and we're going to show you what 8 ounces looks like in a minute, it's a lot of food.
It's a lot. We already,
we were scooping out potatoes and cottage cheese thinking, what in the world?
Yeah.
Speaking of scooping out potatoes and cottage cheese, that's kind of how you do the test, right? But before we get to that, I do want to say that if your pouch stretches out and you are consuming a little more than some people, on average 5 to 9, if you're averaging up there like 6, 8 all the time, it's okay. It's natural, and it may not be something that you've done wrong.
Right.
So don't beat yourself up. We're all different people.
Start weighing your food.
Just weigh your food.
Weigh your food
so
it's
you
so
know.
important, and keep track of your food. Keep track of everything that you consume.
You'll hear us both say that.
Liquids
all the
and
time.
solids. Yes.
Track. And you mentioned it, tracking liquids. People think I don't have to track my liquids, but yes, you do.
You have to.
Yep. All right. So how to do this pouch test? How are we going to do it?
Okay.
What's the instructions?
So basically what you do is you get a kitchen scale. Okay, this is the Renfo kitchen scale. So you are going to weigh out 8 ounces of mashed potatoes or cottage cheese. Personally, I don't really care for cottage cheese, so I'm doing the potatoes. She's doing the cottage cheese.
I like cottage cheese occasionally. I have to be in a mood for it. So today I'm good with it.
We're hungry.
For purposes of this video,
we're hungry. We haven't eaten for several hours. And, we wanted to get
6
accurate
and 7
results.
years post-op, you do get those.
Right.
You will be feeling some hunger hormones.
So what we're going to do is we are going to do a live pouch test. And we're going to eat until we're full. And then we're going to measure what is remaining in our bowl. And that will give us an accurate...
Yep. So you have to tear out your scale. You don't want to weigh the bowl, right? So we did use these. And by the way, they weigh 0.25.
We weighed them all, so they're all the same.
They're all the same. And we're going to eat our foods.
So I have potatoes, and I had to heat them up and cover them in foil because I am not eating cold potatoes. So she's doing the cottage cheese,
which is cold.
Yeah, and I'm doing Kevin's mashed potatoes.
I chose Brickstone.
Right. So hers is cold, mine's hot.
Sarita likes that Kevin's brand. If you haven't explored it,
I really do. It's a paleo.
I know it's available at Publix. I don't know where else you get it, but
you can get it at Sam's, Costco. You can pretty much find it everywhere.
Talk about tracking. Let's talk about choice here.
Okay, so mine has 2 grams of protein per serving, and there's 4 servings in here, so that's 4 ounces, 2 grams of protein, and it also has 14 grams fat, so that's not very healthy. but
Not a very healthy choice.
compared to what she's having.
Okay, you already read the label. Do you remember what it
did.
said? It's a 4 servings per container, half a cup. So we're doing
8 ounces.
8 ounces. So that's a whole cup,
Mm-hmm.
which would be, what was it like? Where'd it go?
It's right there, down there.
Okay, there's 26 grams of protein in my cottage cheese choice.
Compared to 4. So
Okay. Oh, not to mention the carbs. I have 6
Oh.
grams. Where are you at with carbs?
well, I don't have my
I'm not
glasses
12
on.
because it's
19
2.
carbs.
And that's double?
Yeah,
You
double. Yeah.
Oh, no, times 2.
Yeah, 19 times 2. Is that 19?
Yes, but
Okay.
times 2. So
That's 38.
Wow.
I did not choose well, but
It's okay. This is for testing purposes.
testing
If
purposes
you don't like
only.
cottage
I would
cheese.
not eat 8 ounces of potatoes on it any
I don't
given
know
day.
if you can eat 8 ounces of potatoes anyway.
So,
This is so weird. I don't really like eating on camera. Okay. Oh, by
Here we
the
go.
way, you're just supposed to eat consistently, right? So
right. So we can still talk while we eat. Well, I'll eat, you talk.
actually, can we just like not talk right now? Y'all don't want to watch us eat.
Mm-mm. It's good. It's good though. My salt and pepper and ghee.
You know, I said I was okay with this cottage cheese thing, but I'm not so sure.
Potatoes.
You know, I am getting full.
Me too.
Okay. What if my nose is running?
Oh dear. What? We're not really that full yet, but I'm getting there.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Oh, that was a lot.
mhm.
I swear if I stand up, I won't be as full. I really believe that.
Okay.
It's the weirdest thing.
Well, I'm full. I'm gonna have one more bite. Okay. You're full.
I really am full.
Okay. All right.
Look, I can feel it. It's not going down as easy. Does your
Yeah.
food do
Yeah.
that?
It's like
When you feel it start sitting here
Yeah.
and you're done.
I'm full.
All right, hold on. You're full?
I'm full. Mhm.
You did it?
Mhm. I'm full. I think there's probably 2 ounces in here.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay. Oh, I am full. Like, I feel it.
All right. So
How do you know you're full?
because I can just like feel like right here.
Mm-hmm.
It's just full.
I feel it because it like don't go down. as
Yeah, it's
easy.
like up here right now. It's
Yeah,
just still
like it
trying to
just. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Wait, you gotta tear the do the bowl first, the empty one.
Oh.
There you go.
And then what?
Oh wait, no, that don't make sense.
I can push this.
Oh yes, it does, because now it's 0. So now
Mhm.
add the bowl.
Okay, so I probably ate a spoon too much, but I have 1.15 ounces left, and I can really feel the restriction right now, like uncomfortably. Okay, so that's what, 6.5 ounces maybe. Ish.
Oh, we're almost
Okay,
7.
so I mean,
Almost 7.
yeah, I mean that's when I meal prep.
6.85 is
Put
what
yours
that
on
would
there
be.
while the tear's on.
Oh, this. Oh.
Yeah, so, yeah. Oh, you ate less than me.
1.7.
Okay, so you
So-
ate 6.3 ounces.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hey.
so we're good.
We did good.
Oh, I feel full.
Well, I do feel full. I feel it sitting.
Okay, so I probably ate too many bites, and I'm
You know how I know I'm full?
you're
Did you
burping.
just see that?
Mhm.
I burp. When I'm full, I burp.
Yeah. Okay.
Is your nose running?
No, but I'll start the hiccup.
Are you gonna hiccup?
Maybe
She does hiccup when she's
I do
full.
hiccup.
And I burp when I'm full.
Okay, so that wasn't horrible.
I don't think it was horrible.
No.
It's nice to know where you sit
Mhm.
because you know sometimes you begin to wonder like, where am I at, right?
Okay, and
So let's talk about the results, right? So you do the test, and let's see what your results are. And so,
oh,
See, here we go. Maybe it wasn't a good idea to do that on camera.
Yeah, I feel like we could have done 6 ounces. I feel like we're on
I
track.
pushed it a little bit.
I for sure did because I can feel it now.
Yeah.
So I think that I was starving.
So doing the test, I'll tell you this: you ate
I'm
kind of
starving.
So doing the test, I'll tell you this: be consistent with what you eat, and when you start getting to like you've ate half the bowl, so you know you've eaten like half, like especially if you're far out, if you're really kind of new in fresh post-op, and you're doing this within that first year, slow down a couple bites in. Eat kind of slow because, like I just said, I felt it go down.
Now
I started
feel it.
slowing down, and now I'm starting to get
It's
a little
up here.
bit. Oh yeah, it's right here.
Yeah.
So anyway, I apologize. I'm sorry. It's the reality of post-op,
This
right?
is all part of bariatric life.
We're real people, and we have real post-op things. So we are always real with you. So let's talk about your results, right? Just taking the test, be sure to eat consistently, but not too fast, not too slow, and make sure when you start getting there, just kind of give it a minute to go down before you take that next bite.
Yeah.
All right. So we saw how much we ate, just under 7 ounces each, and
but I feel like we should have done 6. Like we could.
I think I could have
Realistically, like I think 6 was our limit, but we took an extra bite, which was like an ounce.
But now we know how big our pouch is.
Oh yeah.
I got a 6 ounce. I got a 6.5 ounce pouch.
And yeah,
I would
I'm
say
almost 7 years post-op, so I do still feel the restriction every day.
Yeah, and my sleeve was runny nose just happened. So my sleeve was almost 6 years ago when I did that revision. They didn't touch my sleeve. I still have the same exact pouch. So we know where that's at. So let's talk about the results. What do you do after you do this test? Where do you go? What's next? Let's say you did this test and you ate all of that 8 ounces.
And you were still hungry.
And you're still hungry. Or you could just eat the 8 ounces. You ate the 8 ounces or you ate it all and you just didn't feel full.
So your test result would be do the 10-day reset to get back on track.
Yeah. Do the 10-day. And then if it was less than 8 ounces but greater than 6, right?
Do the 5-day reset.
Yeah. Our nutritionist recommends that you do the 5-day. And then so let's say you got less than 6 ounces. Wait a minute. Did we get greater than 6? Maybe we should do a 5-day. Oh no. We should do the 5-day
before the holidays. Yes, then
we should do it, and then that way we can say we did it, right? Restart this. It is almost holiday time, so
2 weeks.
Let's do the 5-day.
So weigh your food for long-term success every day.
Always weigh your food. If you ate less than 6 ounces, then great. You have a really good pouch size, right? You're on track, you're doing well, but listen, if you're not weighing your food, start doing it before you get to the point that 8 ounce pouches.
Yes, because again, consistently, if you eat too much, it's going to stretch your pouch. We don't want that.
For sure. So, I want to say too, let's talk about the pressure receptors inside your stomach. The what? The pressure receptors, right?
This is I wish I had known this before I had sleeve.
I didn't know this until after my revision, but it's something I definitely wish I knew before I had surgery.
Me too.
Or immediately after.
I wish everyone knew about it. I think that
I really try to tell people, but I just can't. I don't get to everybody, I guess, but it's interesting. So one of the things that we say, weigh food, weigh food, weigh food, weigh food. It's weigh your food. And it's important because first of all, we want you to have long-term success. We want you to go the distance, right?
We want you to meet your goal weight. We want you to maintain your goal weight. We don't want you to have another surgery. We want you, to have a new way of life and create healthy habits going forward.
Without regain.
Right.
So inside of our stomach, there's these finger-like lining and receptors, and they, when you press on them, they can lose their feeling, but what they do is they tell you, hey, you're full. So when your food gets in there and expands out and touches them, then it says, hey, you're full. Stop touching me. It tells your brain stop. Mm-hmm. And so as you eat more and more, they kind of go numb. And
mine are numb right now.
You can't stop. No, they're not.
Okay.
You can't stop eating. And so you can't stop touching them. And so the more you eat to fullness instead of by weight, the more you're going to press on them. Mm-hmm. And over time, they'll go numb. And that'll make you think my pouch has stretched out. Mm-hmm. And the reality is that those receptors have gone desensitized is really the right way to say that, I think. You can't, I say you can't get the feeling back, but you kind of can. Like I said earlier, you'll never have that restriction you had immediately post-op. But if your pouch, you can stretch your pouch, but also what's more common is desensitizing that. And so what happens is and it was explained to me this way, so I want to explain it this way. If you put a cold piece of ice on the back of your hand, it goes numb. Mm-hmm. It hurts, first of all, like food touching the line, and it says, stop, get that off of me. And then you leave it there and it goes numb, and that area no longer says stop. It just stops telling you to stop because you're not listening, right? Mm-hmm. And so then if you take that piece of ice off, then you will get the feeling back. Eventually, it'll come back and you can feel it again. But you can't stop eating. And you can't stop drinking, so you can't stop pressing on those receptors. But you can do reset, right? So let's talk about that reset. Resetting, and if you're drinking instead of food, so liquid is not as dense, so it's not putting as much pressure.
There's not really any restriction on liquid.
Right, no. You can, as a matter of fact, you should drink a lot. Like you should drink half your weight in ounces, minimum 64. Right. If you're a 300-pound person, you should be drinking 150 ounces a day, right? Mm-hmm. For weight loss. That's weight loss water. But the 10-day pouch reset does help for a couple of reasons. One, the liquid part of that's going to help you get some of that feeling back. I personally sometimes do my own little reset of like if I feel like I'm eating too much on a regular basis, I'll just do thick liquids for like a week and then phase myself back into regular foods the next week. So, and to me that helps me like, oh, now I feel full like I should, or
But I think this reset is good for kind of like detoxing.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's a quick detox and to get you back on track to weight loss. And it's not going to shrink your stomach long term. No reset diets do that. But again, the whole detox.
It does definitely.
Yeah. And so, no caffeine, 64 ounces of water, or the sugar-free clear liquids, just like post-op, phase 1 and pre-op on the clear liquids. Follow that 30-minute rule. Super important. Do not skip any meals or shakes listed. No additional snacks other than what is listed.
What's on the list only.
Right, you're trying to detox. Protein shakes, this is always our criteria, must have 20 grams or more protein and less than 5 grams of sugar.
Yep, so that's kind of sums up all the must with it. And, it's just a low calorie, high protein regimen that's going to kind of get you back to that metabolic set point for your body. And so it's very much similar to the post-op diet, but it's kind of like the fast track version.
Very fast track.
It's the fast track version of post-op. So, and to talk a little bit more about that, Sarita, so what is day 1 on the on the 10-day reset look like? Sorry.
So day
I'm full and I'm a little distracted.
Day 1 is clear liquids only. So we all know what that is. We've been doing it for pre-op and we did it post-op. And, if you go onto our website, we do have the link for the 10 days. So it'll give you.
And just a quick reiteration, broth, sugar-free Jell-O, sugar-free popsicles,
water,
that list of things.
Yeah. Sugar-free everything.
And that's just one day, right?
That's just one
the
day.
First day.
Yeah. And that's probably going to be your hardest day because, no caffeine.
No caffeine. I have seen people walk themselves into this. So they kind of titrate down to it and then start it. So if you need to do that, do what you got to do. Like, do what you got to do to get yourself there. So you get that 1 day of clear liquids in, and then what?
And then day 2 and 3 is going to be thick liquids. So on these 2 days, you must drink 3 protein shakes, and you can also have as many servings of the magic weight loss soup, which is also on our website.
That's really good.
But you want to space it out every 2 to 3 hours. So you don't want to drink a whole bunch, and you want to space it out. Of course, you also want to do your 64 ounces of water or sugar-free beverages. Same thing, clear liquids.
Yeah, and eating every 3 hours is important. I tell people every day, food is fuel. Food is fuel.
Right.
It's putting gas in your car, and you should eat every 3 hours to constantly fuel your body throughout the day.
I don't eat every 3 hours.
I know, and you're doing really well, but yeah.
I mean, there's some days when I don't eat. Today I didn't eat anything till 3 p.m.
Don't do that.
But that is not something I do every day. But
no, don't do that.
I just got really busy, and yeah. So
don't
do that. Don't do what I did.
And if you do, start over.
Right. And
tomorrow's a new day.
Right. Tomorrow's a new day.
Yeah. You just can't have those every day.
So day 4 and 5 are going to be soft solids. You're going to have 3 protein shakes, unlimited magic weight loss soup. Again, recipe on our website. And you will choose 2 servings out of the soft solid protein options, which could be a half a cup of cottage cheese, which she just had.
I just had almost a whole cup.
Right. 6 ounces of Greek yogurt, Oikos 000 or ratio keto.
Hey, that ratio keto, listen.
Those are good choices.
I have always had the Oikos 000. Like, that's just my yogurt go-to. But somewhere I was at, I don't like fruity flavors. I used to love berry, but I don't anymore. And so now I like the plain or vanilla.
I like coffee yogurt, Chobani.
Oh, yeah.
Just coffee. I mean, I love it. I do eat it every day.
Yeah, that actually sounds good. But the ratio, if you haven't tried the ratio, you should. I love it. I think it's great. It's meats. It checks all the boxes.
Yeah. So other choices here would be a half a cup of beans, and you can do whole or refried. 2 scrambled eggs or 2 poached eggs, not both. I mean, you can do 1 scrambled and 1 poached, but don't eat 4 eggs.
Yeah.
4 ounces of tofu. And that is your soft solids.
And that is for the 4 to 5 days.
Yeah. Day 4 and day 5. Yeah. Soft solids.
Yeah. And of course, if you have questions, ask the nutritionist.
Right.
Even if you're a little, out from your journey, just ask her. She'll help you.
She's always there.
Or ask Sarita. She'll help you.
I know. Yeah. I mean, I give out this information every day.
For sure. And then, okay, so you got through the 4th and 5th day of soft solids, and now here we are at day 6, right? So we're going to group day 6 or 10 together. So, and long term. So even, this is a slow thing. So do this 6 or 10, and this is your long-term portion. So what do we do in that portion, Sarita?
So for days 6 through 10, you can do 3 protein shakes. If you cannot stomach these protein shakes, you can substitute the following options for 2 of the shakes. So that would leave you 1 shake, and then these options I'm about to tell you. 20 almonds. You can do a Greek yogurt with up to 1/4 a cup of berries. Berries are low in natural sugar. You can do 2 eggs, scrambled, poached, or hard-boiled. 2 meals consisting of 4 ounces of lean protein, chicken, fish, turkey, pork loin, shellfish, tofu, or beans. 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 2 ounces of non-starchy vegetables. And again, unlimited magic weight loss soup. And all of this is on our website. You can print it out.
You can.
I mean,
save it. If you're a phone savvy person, save
Right.
it. If you're if you're more of the old fashioned, print it, put it on your refrigerator, whatever works
I like to
for you.
print.
Yep.
I do.
Yep. And I save things or make lists on my phone because I don't keep paper with me all the time. So
I have it up on my
always have a phone.
computer constantly because I'm constantly posting the link in the Facebook groups or texting it, to patients who ask me questions.
I want to talk about this is random, okay? But, in this portion, you can do 2 eggs, right? So 2 scrambled or 2 hard boiled. I can't eat 2 scrambled eggs. That's a lot of eggs.
I can do poached eggs.
Yeah.
But not scrambled and hard boiled, no.
The weird thing is that I could eat 2 boiled eggs. Like 2 boiled eggs wouldn't fill me up the way 2 scrambled eggs would fill me up.
Scrambled eggs don't sit right with me, and I keep trying them, but they just don't work. Poached eggs?
I love scrambled eggs.
I'm okay with poached.
I eat one like almost every day.
Oh, I wish I could.
A couple of times a week.
I used to.
It's weird to me that you can eat more scrambled egg. I mean, less scrambled egg than hard boiled. It's just the consistency.
It's the consistency. It just sits very heavy.
Yeah, it's the same amount of nutritional value. It's just actually, I think the hard boil's healthier for you because you don't add
you're not adding butter or olive oil or whatever to cook it.
And listen, again, if you haven't tried the magic weight loss soup, just do it.
Yeah.
Like, it does have some things in it that a lot of people don't like mushrooms and stuff.
Tweak it.
Just don't put that in it.
Yeah, omit what you don't like.
If you don't like a lot of things, then you might end up with like a cabbage soup,
right?
Like a carrot soup, whatever it is you don't like.
But just tweak it to what you like.
Yeah, don't
add
potatoes, but if you want to omit something, you can omit something.
Non-starchy vegetables.
Yeah, so if you complete this 10-day reset diet, it should help you get that lifestyle change. When you go into it, have that mindset, I'm gonna do this right this time. Like, I'm gonna use this as an opportunity to just kind of start over so that you have that long-term success. And at the end of the day, you are your biggest accountability person, and you should hold yourself accountable. Can you keep doing these resets over and over and over? Yeah, but I mean, how far is that really going to get you?
Just do it once and get back on track.
Yeah.
So really, most important, weigh your food. Get a food scale. If you don't have one, track your food.
Apps. I love Bariatric.
Yeah, we have apps for that. You can scan things, and it's so easy. It's so easy.
So easy.
If you're a paper person and want to journal it on paper, do that.
Write it down.
Yeah, or if you have notes on your phone, I mean, you can do that too.
Just keep up with it, because sometimes you don't know what you're eating at the end of the day. Like, especially if you're a snacker, if you catch yourself snacking, yes, you can have a serving of
like almonds.
Yeah, almonds, but if 20 almonds is a serving, right?
Yes.
It's on average 15 to 20. So
next thing you know, you got another serving.
Well, next thing you know, you've ate like a whole bag, 60 almonds in a day. That's not one serving. That's going to be 3 servings. So keep up with it. And, if you're just struggling, find yourself an accountability partner. If you're shy, I don't know what to tell you, but get in the Facebook group, because in that Facebook group, there is somebody where you are.
Right.
Even if they don't admit it out loud, be that person that steps out and says, hey, I'm struggling. I need to do a reset.
Right.
Will somebody do it with me? Start a group chat, reset together.
Right. And there's no stupid questions. There's just, if you need help, ask for it.
Just ask.
I am always on that Facebook page moderating, and I constantly post links. I'll reach out to you on Messenger. I'll call you.
Sarita's a great accountability partner. And I'm going to be honest, I don't think she could be everybody's accountability partner, because that would be hard. But if you really need help, she really does help hold you accountable. She has to slap the spoon out of your hand, friend.
Right.
Or hit the back on the group that you shouldn't be reading.
Right.
I'm just kidding. But she is that friend who's not afraid to say, let's get to the real problem here.
Yes, and it's usually a lot more detailed than
what we want to admit.
Right, and it's okay to admit that. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, and if your Facebook's not your cup of tea, look for local support groups. Whether it be local bariatric support groups, local
Overeaters Anonymous,
like food addiction groups.
Sometimes your primary care provider, they have local support groups for their bariatric division or whatever.
Something,
Yeah. Like Kaiser, they have bariatric and they have support group, and there's so many things out there that you could look for support.
Yeah, and if you find yourself just continuing to choose bad habits, don't be afraid to ask for go to therapy.
I was in therapy.
Find therapy, I know.
Mm-hmm.
I say all the time, Sarita attributes her success of 100% of excess fat loss, which is not super common. Most people don't lose 100% excess fat.
Mm-hmm.
On average, between all the surgeries, it's about 60 to 80. That's all of them, not one. But it's not common for any weight loss surgery to help you lose 100% excess fat.
Mm-hmm.
And so Sarita says all the time she attributes that to coupling her journey with therapy and fitness training.
Yeah, strength training, yoga. Yep. You definitely have to exercise. It's not magic, and it's hard work, and I work at it every day.
But I want to say, too, if you're one of those people who is doing all the things and you're still not at that 100% fat loss, don't beat yourself up. Our bodies are all different.
Right.
We're all different. Do your best.
Right.
Like I said earlier, the bottom line is that at the end of the day, you have to hold yourself accountable. You have to have some tough conversations with yourself sometimes. And you know what? You've come this far. You made the decision to have surgery. You've come this far. Don't do what you can for yourself. Live your best life.
Right. It's your journey. Yes, live your best life.
Live your best life, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think my resets work for me. They're not this 10-day reset per se, so find what works for you. If just drinking liquids a couple of days works for you, drink liquids a couple of days. So whatever works for you.
You know what works for you.
Yeah, this reset does help people. It does work, but do what you need to do sometimes. And but we have enjoyed talking about resets, right?
Yes, and we have enjoyed our cottage cheese and mashed potatoes.
We learned something new. I was actually afraid that I was going to exceed that. Like, I know I weigh my
terrified.
food, but I was. She was.
I weigh my food, but I thought, oh no.
All the way to the store and back. She's like, oh no.
I'm nervous. I'm anxious. Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, but we surprised ourselves with our little 6.5 ounce pouches, right?
Yeah.
With our many years of tiny tummies.
Yep.
But anyway, like I always say, drop us a comment. Mm-hmm. We do want to hear from you. We do care about you. We may not know you personally, but we are always wanting to learn about other people's journeys.
Right.
We learn from you so we can help other people, right. Because we can only speak to our own experiences unless we learn about others.
Right.
And email us if you don't want to drop a comment because you don't want people to know. Or
find me on Facebook.
Yeah,
She's on Facebook.
We are both on Facebook. Yep, she's a little easier to find, but I'm on there. So find us on there. I know I'm in the groups with my Rena MVC. So reach out, send an email, drop a comment, whatever you want to do. But either way, have a great day and do a reset if you need to.
Bye, friends.
Bye, friends. Have any questions or want to share your bariatric weight loss journey, you can call or text us at 480-999-4826 or send an email to podcast@mexicobariatriccenter.com. You can also follow Mexico Bariatric Center on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Keep in mind, these are the opinions of the host. The views represented do not reflect or define the values of Mexico Bariatric Center. This podcast is sponsored by Emerge Bariatrics and Mexico Bariatric Center. Please visit mexicobariatriccenter.com for more information.